Okay, moving on, let's take a look at our new next type of examples. We're going to still simplifying radical expressions, but this time let's take a look at them with some variables within them. So how about the square root of 5x to the power of 2? All right, so 5 is already prime, but we can break up our variables to just x times x. Once again, there's no number in there, so it implies we're pulling in groups of 2's. We have these two x's, that comes out. We're just left with the 5 in the inside. So that's our answer there. X square root of 5. We never show the 2, but any other number as an index we would show. Okay, example B. How about the square root of 18x to the power of 2y? Once again, let's break up our 18, right? 18 is what? How about a 9 and a 2? How about your 9 is 3 and 3? So here are our prime numbers, right? So we know index is 2. I have a 3, and a 2. That comes from there, right? And then I have 1, 2 x's, and a y. Pulling in groups of 2's again. I got that. That's going to come out. And I got that. That's going to come out. So 3 and the x comes out. That gives us 3x. Square root, the inside we're left with 2y. Okay, moving along. How about example C? We have the square root of 216, x to the power of 5, y to the power of 3. So let's take a look. We're going to prime factorize 216, right? How about we divide that by 2, right? That gives us 2 and 108. That's prime. Let's break up 108. How about we divide it by 2 again? Right, so that gives us 2 and 54. We can do the same thing, 54. If you divide it by 2, you get 2 and 27. 27 this time, let's go by 3. Right, we get 3 and 9. And then our 9 is 3 and 3. So when you get big numbers, just divide it by 2. That doesn't work, divided by 3. Right, the nice easy way to do it. Okay, so this is going to be a little longer. Right, our index is 2. How many of these 2's do I have? I got 1, 2, 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 of them. And I got 1, 2, 3 3's. 1, 2, 3 3's. I got 5 x's. 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. 3 y's. 1, 2, 3. That's an x. And we're pulling in groups of 2's again, right? So a 2 is going to come out. A 3 is going to come out. An x is going to come out. Another x is going to come out. And a y is going to come out. And whatever I'm left with goes in the inside, which is I see a 2, a 3, I see an x, and I see a y. Now we can just multiply all that out. All right, so that should give us 6x to the power of 2y. And in the inside of the radical, we should be left with 6xy. So a very nice example. Right, let's do one more. I think I received an email on one specific one, so let's take a look at it. How about example C? We got the 4th root of 32x to the power of 8, y to the power of 10. Once again, let's break it up. 32, right? Looks like that's an 8 and a 4. Our 8 is a 4 and a 2. That's prime. 4 is a 2 and a 2. Those are prime. 4 is a 2 and a 2. That's prime. All right. So we can do the same thing. We're going to have a lot of letters in there, so I'll make this really long here. How many 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Looks like 8 X's. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 X's. 10 Y's. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're pulling in groups of 4s. So 1, 2 comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4. An X comes out. Another X comes out. Once again, we're multiplying these things, right? Looks like 4 Y's. 1, 2, 3. 4 Y's. Bring back our index. Whatever we're left with goes to the inside. I see a 2 times a Y times a Y. All right, we can multiply this out. This looks like this is 2x squared, y squared. We bring back our index of 4, and we're left with 2y squared in the inside. So another very nice example there of simplifying some radicals with letters. Now let's take a look at multiplying some of them and then simplifying. How about the square root of 20 times the square root of 8? All right, so this is just the square root of 20 times 8. And then we just break these up. All right, you break up 20 to what? How about 5 into 4? How about a 2 into 2? Right, so that's 5, 2, 2, 2, 2. You break up 8 to 4 and 2, then 2 and 2. All right. There's a 2 there, pulling in groups of 2s. A 2 comes out. Another 2 comes out. And then the inside we're left with 5 times 2. All right, so what do we get here? We get 4 square root of 10. All right, so a nice example. How about our next one? How about the third root of, or 3 times the third root of 25 times 2 times the third root of 5. Okay, so we can multiply the numbers on the outside. 3 and 2. We have the third root of 25 times 5, right? We multiply the insides. 3 times 2 gives us 6. The third root of, I break up 25 to 5 times 5. And then I bring down that 5. We're pulling in groups of 3s. That comes out. We're just left with 6 times 5. Nothing in our radical anymore, so we don't have to show it. We get 30 as this answer. How about example C? The third root of 18y to the third times the third root of 4x squared. Same thing, we could just show it as one radical. That's the third root of 18y to the third times 4x squared. And we just break it up. 18 is how about 6 and a 3? And how about 3 and a 2? Then your 4 is 2 and a 2, right? So I got third root. I'm going to just work with the numbers. I got 2 3s. I got 1, 2, 3 2s. And I got 1, 2, 3 y's. 1, 2 x's, right? 3 y's, 2 x's. Pulling in groups of 3s. 2 comes out. Y comes out. We write our third root, and we're left with 3 times 3, which is 9. X times x, which is x squared. All right, so some nice examples of multiplying. And we can also divide and simplify. Same kind of way. All right, first example. How about the square root of 80 over the square root of 5? Well, we can always rewrite this as a square root of 80 over 5. And 80 divided by 5 gives us 16. So this is just a square root of 16. And a square root of 16 just equals 4. All right, so that example A was really nice and easy. How about example B? 5 times the third root of 32 over the third root of 2. Right, we kind of set it up the same way. This is just 5 times the third root of 32 over 2. 32 divided by 2 gives us 16. So this is just 5 times the third root of 16. And from here, we just break up our 16. Right? 16 is 4 and 4, which is just a bunch of 2's. So it's 5, the third root of, looks like 4 of them. Pulling in groups of 3's, that comes out. So it's 5 times 3. I'm sorry. 5 times 2, third root of 2's left on the inside, and that gives us 10. Third root of 2. How about our next example here? Let's take a look at example C. How about the third root of 27 over 125? All right, so this doesn't look like it divides nicely, so why don't we just do 2 separate ones? Do that one, and then do this one. All right, you just break up your 27. 27 is a 9 and a 3, and then that's a 3 and a 3. All right, your 125 looks like 25 and a 5, and that's 5 times 5. So now we have the third root. The top is 3, 3, 3. Third root of the bottom is 5, 5, 5. Once again, we're pulling groups of 3's. So nothing's left on the inside, so the answer is just 3 over 5. All right, nice example there. How about example D? The square root of 25 over y squared. We do the same thing, right? We'll show 2 of them. Square root of 25, square root of y squared. Right, and that's just 5 times 5 on the top, pulling in groups of 2's. Pulling in groups of 2's, y times y. There we go, there we go. This answer is just 5 over y. All right, so a nice example there. How about example E? Square root of 16x to the third over y to the fourth. All right, let's just show this 2 of them again. 16x to the third over square root of y to the power of 4. And we just break this up. That's a 2. Or 16 is just a bunch of 2's. 4 of them to be exact. And 3 x's. All right. And down here we just have 4 y's. And once again, we're pulling groups of 2's. That's going to come out. Times that's going to come out. Times that's going to come out. We're left with just an x on the top. Bottom, that comes out. And that comes out. No more radical in the bottom. All right, no more radical in the bottom at all. And we get here what? 4x square root of x over y to the power of 2. And how about one last example here for this section? How about example F? The third root of 27y to the power of 5 over 343x to the power of 3. We'll go ahead and show two of them again. All right, so this is the third root of 27y to the power of 5. This is the third root of 343x to the power of 3. Prime factorizing the top, right? What do we get? Our 27 is a what? 3 and a 9, and that's 3 and a 3. So we got 3, 3, 3, and 5 y's on the top. 3, 4, 5. Our 343 looks like it's 7 and 49, and that's 7 and 7. So we got 3 7s on the bottom and 3 x's on the bottom. And once again, we're just pulling groups of 3's. So a 3 comes out, and then we also have a y comes out. So we have our third root, and we're left with 2 y's in the inside. Bottom 7 comes out, x comes out, and nothing's left inside the radical. So that is our solution to this example. So some nice problems in